Hi everybody. Well, I'm going to do a different video today, and I hope this video is going to be helpful in you're making up your mind if you want to buy an N-Series tractor. And I'm going to tell you through my experience, if you decide if you want to buy an N tractor or not, and the comparison of the two, and if it's something you think it's going to be useful for you on your farm or your estate or whatever you were thinking of using it. So I'm going to start going into some detail what I know through experience of having the N-Series tractors. So let's have some fun and enjoy this video, and I hope it will help if you're going to buy an N-Series tractor. Okay, so first thing you may read about is there are three types of N tractors out there that were made. It's the 9N, the 2N, and the 8N. But there are differences of the three, and I'll try to go in detail of what I know here. So I just want to point out that this is supposed to be a 2N tractor. Now, a 2N tractor was made during the World War II when there are restrictions and shortages. The Ford company convinced the legislature that you need a tractor to support the troops, and in order to support the troops they need food, and in order to produce food you need a tractor. The 9N was made before World War II, and it was bare bones type tractor, and I'll go into it. And I just want to explain to you what this is and what's going on here. So now, do you want to buy an N tractor? Okay, so let's go into this first off, and I'll explain later on what I'm talking about. Now, there are new tractors available out there, and they're really, really wonderful. I have a newer tractor here. It's a New Holland TC33. This was made back in 2004 or 2007, one of the two. And it has four-wheel drive and all the neat accessories. I got to tell you, these tractors, these mid-sized tractors, they can be very tippy, and they're all-purpose tractors. But unless you get a big tractor to avoid all that, you're going to have handling differences than the N tractors, and I'll explain a little more about that when I get into it. Now, do you want to buy an N tractor? Well, if you're thinking of buying an N tractor, I'm going to show you the reasons why you would buy an N tractor. Well, for one of the big reasons, there are a lot of N tractors out there. There were many, many tractors made that the Ford made. I mean, lots and lots of tractors. Now, I could be mistaken, but I thought I heard in the millions. That's a lot of tractors. And there are still a lot of tractors out there on the market that's out there. And you can buy a really good running N tractor for about $300. Yes, you can. If you look hard, they're out there. And the average price for an N tractor is around $1,000. And you can buy a restored N tractor for probably around $3,500. I've seen them go for. And they're out there. There are a lot out there. So you're gonna be scratching your head thinking, well, I can buy an N tractor, and I can have a tractor in my small farm, and it's gonna do everything I need to do. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna do everything you're gonna want to do, but the things it can do, and I want to show you these real neat accessories on here. Unlike a lot of the old tractors out there, one of the biggest, neatest things that these N tractors have that all the tractors still have yet today is the 3-point hitch. That 3-point hitch is the most wonderful thing you're going to want when you buy a tractor. The reason for that is old tractors, they use a drawbar, which you see on here on the N tractor. I actually put that on. But using a drawbar, it can be dangerous pulling your plow and other things like that, because it can be dangerous for the one big reason. If you hit a stump or a rock, this tractor is not going to stop. It's going to lift up the front, and it's going to keep lifting until it flips over on top of you, and that can either kill you or hurt you really bad. This 3-point hitch idea will stop that. This will not let that happen, because what happens, and I'm going to show you with these end tractors, this is it right here. This will release the pressure of the tractor to stop that from happening. This is called a 3-point hitch, made by Ferguson. Ferguson came up to the Henry Ford and said, I have an idea, and he bought that idea and he put it in his tractors. The only other tractor out there that is used with the 3-point hitch at this period of time was the Ferguson tractor. And another reason why you would like to buy an N Series tractor is, what's amazing is you can still get parts for them. Parts, everything. There are parts out there you could build your own tractor. There's that many parts out there, and they're new. And they're easy to work on. I just want to show you, look at this. It's a flathead 4-cylinder. That is such an easy motor to work on. It can get simpler than that. And I converted it to the 12-volt system. You don't have to do that. You can use a 6-volt system. That means that you're going to be using a 6-volt battery on your tractor. The other reason why you would want to buy an N Series tractor is, again, it's the 3-point hitch, the simple motor and everything to work on, and you can get parts. But look at this. It has a PTO, and they come with PTOs, but you have to get an adapter to adapt to the wider PTO fronds on here for your accessories you're going to use. So that's not a big deal. It has a PTO, which is really, really wonderful. So you don't have to worry about, oh no, I can't use my brush hog on it or anything with a PTO like you see here in the brush hog. It's going to work. You just get a simple adapter. And I would recommend that you would get the other adapter if you're using the PTO, which you'll look into it. So that's neat. And it has the battery in here, the gas tank, and what's neat about this is non-pressure radiator, which means you have just to keep water in it. There's no pressure in the radiator. And if you maintain your tractor, grease it, change the oil in it, do everything, this tractor will give you the service and the reliability that's just like a tractor you buy today on the market. What's also neat about this is, during the period of time, Ford put an electric starter in these tractors, which is the N2, the 9N, and the 8N. All have their electric starters in it, but these tractors also, you can crank them by hand, and here's the hand crank. Isn't that neat? So, you know, during World War II, when batteries and everything weren't available to the homeowner, that was available. You can just crank it by hand, it will start. What's other neat option is the tires. It has these large tires, which gives you good traction. Limited traction, of course, it's not compared to the four-wheel drive tractor, but these tires, I find, give me really, really good traction. Now the 9 and the 2N come with these tires, which is narrower, as you can see, than the 8N tires. The height difference is different, but you can find tires that will be wider. You have to switch a whole rim. Other neat thing about these N tractors is the adjustable arms on the front to widen your tractor or make it narrower for cultivating your rows on your farm. You can actually flip this the other way, so you got a wider wheelbase. That's neat too. So manual steering, Everything's manual on these tractors. It could not get simpler. And it has your PTO turn on lever right here. All the N series tractors have those, just like your modern tractor now today. And there is a difference between the 9N, 2N, and 8N when it comes to the clutch and brakes handle. I'll go into that. But yeah, this is made to plow. And you can put a 2-bottom plow on these tractors, or a cultivator like this, or a brush hog. It will run it and it will work fine. It will do the job. This is not a small tractor, but it's not a big tractor. This is what was available at that period of time. And if a farmer was able to afford to buy one of these tractors, it was a big help for him on their farm compared to say pulling your accessories, your farm accessories, with a horse. So that was something. And the styling is really neat. Look at the style. You know, I mean, I'm not going to paint this. I love to look at this. So the other thing is, you can find them, if you can find them, if you're lucky, is the 9N and 2N is a 3-speed transmission. And I found one with what's called a Sherman shift, which will bring you to a lower gear ratio. So it's like having 6 gears instead of 3. So if you want to buy an N series tractor, try to seek out something with Sherman shift. My Sherman shift is on my right side. I see a lot of them on the left side. So that's something to think about, and that's a really neat accessory to have. So now, do you want to buy an N series tractor? Now, that is something to think about. And we'll go into the 8N now. There are a lot of 8Ns out there, and with my 8N, I have the newer 8N, which has a distributor on the side. That is a really neat accessory. Whereas my 9N here has the distributor in there. Now, it's not a big deal. It's just harder to get at. That you cannot adjust your points. You have to take the distributor out to put points in, adjust them. There's no way you can do it otherwise. Alright, so then I'll show you a little more. If you want to buy, what do you want to buy? You want to buy a 9N, a 2N, or an 8N? So I'll go into that now. 9N, 2N were basics. They didn't have much going on with them. There, a lot of people will tell me this is a 2N. Well, I still don't know. I disagree. This is one of the reasons why people tell me it's a 2N, is the radial arm here. The 9N has a different radial arm. However, it says 9N on the motor, and it has all other features that show me it's a 9N, you know. But you know what? Who cares? There's not much difference between the 9N and 2N. There really isn't. Not until they came out with the 8N. Now, the 8N is when they started getting more modern. And I'll show you. Now, the 8N has the brakes pedals on your right, both left and right brake pedals on your right, where the 9N and 2N, they do not. They have a brake pedal here on your left side and a brake pedal on your right. That makes it hard to do the braking and the clutching. That's why they put this lever on here. You can actually pull it with your arm. Clutch is on the left side on the 9N and 2N. The clutch is also on the clutch is on your left side on the 8N. It's right there. So that makes a difference. Also, the 8N has now become more modern, and look, you have 4 speeds on this 8N. It makes a difference. And again, it's a 3-point hitch, and that's really nice to have. And they have more spots to put your accessories on, which bringing this up higher, it puts more pressure on your 3-point, and you bring it lower, it puts up less. And they actually have This one here, which I don't know why you'd use that, because, you know, but that's on there. That just brings it out to nothing. That don't even use the spring release. 3-point hitch, there's the levers here. You had the same thing to crank, adjust it 3 angles. It's a great plow tractor. It can plow easily with a, for example, a 2-bottom plow. And they got modern. They put on regular brakes like you see on an automobile, which makes it so much easier to fix compared to the 9N, where you see over here. Look at that drum here. See that? That is very hard to fix your brakes. That was one of the difficulties that they found out and they modernized. Another neat accessory on your 8N, if you're going to buy an N tractor, is your pressure release. Now this is a neat accessory right here. See that lever there on your seat? That's a float. So when you drop your plow with your 3-point hitch lever, you adjust that and you get your plow. It will stay into that position. Now it will be controlled by your 3-point hitch. So as soon as the plow feels that it's going deeper, this will keep it level. That is such a neat accessory. So a lot of your 8Ns, people are finding that they never worked good. I don't use it, but it's there. It's got the accessory. And another accessory you see here is a more spring seat. That one has less of a spring seat. Wider, bigger tires makes a difference. Same tires that the 9N has over there. It's the same thing on this 8N. And I converted it to a 12-volt system. The 12-volt system works really great. I prefer to do the 12-volt system, but you don't have to. It runs fine on 6-volt. You don't have to convert it. Same thing, the battery is located in there and the tank is here. Same thing. Same thing as the 8N is the same thing as the 9N and 2N. One other thing that's neat is you can find 8Ns. Again, this is getting to be more modern. You can find 8Ns that has hydraulic valve to operate a bucket loader on it. The other 9N and 2N had those too, but this is just neat and neat to have. It's a neat accessory. I use this, even though when I got this tractor, it didn't come with the bucket, but this had the arms, and it's a neat thing to have. I actually lift things with it. As attack a meter right there, the hour meter, everything like that. That's neat to have. Manual steering, same type of throttle, and again, I could tell you right now, when you see a 8N with the side mount distributor, that means it was built in the 1950s. So that shows you this is a newer 8N. They stopped making the 8Ns after this model with the distributor on the side. They went into more modern tractors with overhead cam valves and everything like that. But this 8N here, the 8N here, still has your typical flathead. Very simple to work on it. And again, you can find parts out there that are available. You can find you can walk right into your Napa Auto Parts store and buy parts for this tractor. Same thing with that tractor there. So they are the good reasons why you would want to buy an N series tractor, because the price is unbelievable. You can get it for a really good price out there. They are running in good condition, and they're easy to work on, and 3-point hitch, which is still used today. And need I go into any more how I talked to some people, and they said the tractors, 8N tractor, the N series tractors are so cheap. They bought a tractor for each accessory, so they don't even have to take it off they could just leave the accessory on the tractor all year long, like say a mower, a cultivator, whatever. That's how cheap they are. You can't even find a ride-on mower for a price, and for $300,000, this is what you got. You got a whole tractor, and they're very powerful. So that is the good reasons that why you would buy an N-Series tractor. Okay, we're going to get into why you don't want to buy an N-Series tractor, and I'm going to talk to that in a minute. Okay, let's get back to why I would buy an N tractor. Well, let's have a look. This is what you get right here on a 9N or 2N tractor. They look very similar. 2N was made during World War II, so you're going to get parts. They did that, they combined the 2N and the 9N in a lot of tractors. This is what I have here. This is I call a Frankenstein tractor. A 8N was different. This is the last series. The 8Ns were last. The N series that Ford made, and that's what you have here. I got a grill for this. I got the side plate. I didn't put it on yet. Okay, and there it is. That's the reasons why you would buy an N series tractor. Now, comparing that to a modern tractor, there's no comparison. You cannot, and I'm telling you right now, you really cannot use a rototiller on an N tractor. One of the big, well, I'll show you that in a minute. I'll go into that in a minute. But anyway, yeah, so they're cheap in price. They're very useful on your farm or estate, garden, and they come in 3 different models: 9N, 2N, and 8N. Alright, so I hope this is helpful for you in deciding if you want to buy an N-Series tractor. And not only that, they're really wonderful tractors. On the look, the appearance, easy to work on. Oh my goodness, they are so easy to work on. And the parts are available out there. There's so many reasons why you would buy an N tractor. Now, on my next video, please take a look at it. I'm going to tell you why you don't want to buy an N tractor. This is going to be just as interesting. So I bet you can't wait to see why I would say you don't want to buy an N tractor. So take a look at my next video, and I hope this is helpful for you. Please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. It means a lot. I'm trying to make this channel grow and make it interesting for everyone. I do a lot on this channel. Alright everybody, please stop by again and take a look at my next video on why you would not buy an N tractor. Bye for now.